Hey guys, I'm Danny. So in this video I'm going to show you how to become Beetlejuice. Now Beetlejuice is one of my all-time favourite Halloween movies. I absolutely love it, so I hope I've done this makeup justice for you. Now it's actually a really quick and easy makeup to do. The only thing that does take a while is to remove it, and I will explain why later on. So to start off with, you just want to take Snazaroo Clown White Face Paint and apply a very thin coat of this all over your face, ears and neck, and just make sure that you still see a little bit of your skin showing through. Because if you look at reference photos of Beetlejuice, he has got that little bit of life to his skin even though he is mostly white. And then the next thing you want to do is to set that white makeup. So I'm using Ben Nye's Super White Face Powder and a powder puff from Charles Fox. And I'm just going to roll this and press the powder on top of the white face paint to make sure everything is all nicely set. So I've painted my hair using Snazaroo Clown White Face Paint mixed in with a small amount of Snazaroo Yellow Face Paint to try and get this dusty sort of blonde colour. And then what I'm taking is a new product for me, which is Stargazer's Eyeshadow Pen, and this is in the colour Violet. And I'm just going to run this around my eyes in two circles like a panda. And now with this product I did notice that it doesn't dry very quickly, so you've got plenty of playtime with it. So you just want to apply it really roughly around your eyes and blend it in with a fluffy blending brush. Now because this product doesn't set very quickly, it is going to crease, so what you want to do is you want to set that using a powder. So I'm using Sugarpill's Poison Plum eyeshadow on a MAC 217. I'm just going to run this all over the top of the purple that we just did to try and lock that in place. And now I'm taking a black eyeshadow by Kiko. Now this is incredibly pigmented. I'd probably actually compare it to Sugarpill's Bulletproof eyeshadow, but it's a lot cheaper, so I do recommend it. But you want to take that on a fluffy brush and you want to apply it all over the top of the purple. Now start by putting the colour on the inner corner of your eye and then buff that into the purple from there, because you want to add depth but you don't want the eye to be completely black. So I'm now taking a stippling sponge and Snazaroo's light grey face paint, and what you want to do is to try and replicate the stubble that Beetlejuice has got. So now when you're using the stippling sponge, you want to use very minimal water on the actual paint itself. What you want to do is to spray the sponge a couple of times using some water, shake it off a little bit first of all, and then dip that into the paint. If it's too watery, you're not going to get that stipply effect that you want for the stubble. So I'm just going to apply this all over my lower jaw, coming from the top of my ear, down, and also on the bottom side of my neck. And then I want to add a bit more dimension to the stubble and make it a little bit darker, so I'm using Snazaroo's grey face paint this time, and then I'm also going to use a little tiny bit of black face paint from Snazaroo as well, just to try and again make this a little bit darker. Now with the black you want to be very careful, use the tiniest amount. You don't want to have a full black beard, you just want tiny little specks of black to be incorporated in with the rest of the stubble. Or you know, if you can grow a beard, do that. I can't. And now I wanted to create some wrinkles on the forehead, so what I'm doing is taking the colour Cork by MAC on a very thin detail brush. I'm just going to run this in lines over my forehead. Now you want some of those lines to curve around the top of your eyebrow as well, because Beetlejuice has got quite a lot of expression in his eyes. And I'm now taking the accent brush by Real Techniques with a small amount of this Cork colour on it as well. And I'm going to run this over the top of the lines that we've just put on. Now what this is going to do is start to add a bit more depth into these wrinkles. So you just want to run over the top of this and buff it all into the skin. And then you want to do a small amount of highlighting to these wrinkles to make everything look deeper. So what I'm going to do is take Snazaroo's Clown White face paint again. I'm just going to run this on the fleshy part of the wrinkle, so the part in between the two shadows. Now what this is going to do is make this part look more prominent and set forward and make those shadows look deeper. So now we're moving on to the fun stuff, which is putting the moss on. Now what you want to do first of all is get a bottle of Prosthetic, which is the stickiest stuff known to mankind, and you want to throw this over your desk, all over your keyboard and all over your makeup, so everything is all ruined. Because that's what I did. No, don't do that. Just don't. So then, after having a little tantrum and nearly rage quitting, I took that stupid Prosthetic on a cotton bud and I applied it to the areas where the moss is going to be attached to my face. So for this I looked at a reference image on Google just to make sure I was going to get all the moss in the correct place. I do recommend doing this first. And I'm now taking this stuff here, which I got from a craft shop. I believe it's for model train and railway things. So I thought this would be good for moss. So I'm now taking this and applying this over the top of where the Prosthetic is. Now, be warned, this stuff is ridiculously messy, especially if your desk is covered in Prosthetic. It will take ages to get off, so be really careful. Now I lost the footage of the costume, which I'm not too disappointed about because I wasn't very happy with how it turned out anyway. What I would actually recommend to you guys is to go out and buy the costume. It's 50 times easier. Plus if you're actually going out in this makeup, you want to be wearing clothes. Well, I hope you do anyway. So what you want to do after you've got your costume on is you want to start working on the teeth. I'm taking Mehron's Nicotine tooth enamel and I'm going to apply this all over my teeth. You need to make sure that your teeth are bone dry, otherwise the enamel's not going to stick. And then once I've got a coat of this, I'm then going to take Mehron's black tooth enamel on a fine brush and run this in all the gaps of my teeth. So once your teeth are all looking all gross, you're done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a pain to make, let me tell you that, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to rate, comment and subscribe and let me know down below what videos you'd like to see in the future. And until the next video, I'll see you all soon.